The Indian Air Force is facing a perfect storm. Just hours ago, news broke that New Delhi has been forced to ground its entire indigenous LCA Tejas fleet following a series of unfortunate accidents and technical red flags. For a nation that branded the Tejas as the future of its Atmanirbhar or self-reliant defense, this is a staggering blow. But nature and warfare abhors a vacuum. With nearly 40 of its own jets pulled from the front line, India's air superiority is suddenly looking fragile. And that is why the rumors in the Kremlin are getting louder. Reports are surfacing that India is preparing a massive emergency pivot, a $5 billion deal to buy 36 to 40 Russian Su-57 Felon stealth fighters. Today, we explore how a domestic crisis is forcing India back into the arms of Moscow and why the Felon might be the only jet that can save India's skies. Let's talk about the Tejas grounding. For years, the light combat aircraft program has been the pride of Indian engineering. But a recent string of incidents has raised a terrifying question. Is the Tejas ready for high-intensity conflict? With the fleet grounded for safety checks and investigation, the Indian Air Force, or IAF, is seeing its squadron strength drop to dangerously low levels. We aren't just talking about a technical glitch. We are talking about a capability gap. India's own fifth-generation stealth project, the AMCA, is still at least a decade away from being battle-ready. With the Tejas on the sidelines, the IAF is looking at a ticking clock. They don't just need planes, they need stealth, and they need it yesterday. Enter the Su-57 Felon. For those who follow defense news, you'll remember India walked away from this jet in 2018, citing engine issues and poor stealth. But Russia has spent the last 5 years refining the Felon. They've integrated the new Stage 2 engines and crucially battle-tested the aircraft in the high-threat environments of Ukraine. Moscow is offering India a deal that Washington simply won't: immediate delivery and a hybrid production model. By buying 36 to 40 jets off the shelf, India can plug the hole left by the Tejas grounding almost instantly. For the IAF, the Su-57 isn't just a luxury anymore. It's an emergency insurance policy. But there is another reason for this rush: the dragon across the border. China is aggressively deploying its J-20 stealth fighters along the line of actual control. Meanwhile, Pakistan is reportedly in talks for the Chinese J-31. If India doesn't act, it risks being the only major power in the region without a functional stealth fleet. However, this move is a massive gamble. By doubling down on Russian hardware, India risks the cat's a hammer from the United States. Sanctions could cripple other parts of India's economy. Washington has been dangling the F-15EX and even hinting at the F-35 to keep India away from Moscow. But with the Tejas fleet grounded and the J-20s flying near the border, India might decide that Russian jets in the sky are worth more than American promises on paper. The grounding of the Tejas is more than a technical setback. It's a geopolitical catalyst. As New Delhi weighs the cost of the Su-57, the world is watching. Is this a temporary fix or a permanent shift back to the Moscow-Delhi axis? One thing is certain: the race for the Indian skies just took a very dangerous turn.